and this is lawful, or we just jacking our Mac.
That's right.
You feel me? And it's going to be a gang of problems behind that. Why?
Wow.
Every time you lay down, life can come behind that.
That's right.
And you ain't even committed none of that. It's just like whatever.
Right.
Later for that. Think about the children. Children got to get raised up in there. Let's get to Proverbs 6.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16.
Yeah.
These 6 things doeth the Lord hate. Yeah, 7 are an abomination unto him.
The Lord hates.
That's right.
The Lord hates. Rip off that. And then say the 7 are an abomination. Come on.
A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood.
Murder.
A heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord amongst brethren. My son, keep thy father's commandment.
Do what?
Keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother.
Come on.
Bind them continually upon thine heart, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee.
Flat out. Come on.
For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
Flat out. That's what the Bible's given it to us for. Instruction, reproof, and correction.
That's right.
That's the way of life. This is the instruction, man. Come on, bro.
Verse 24. To keep thee from the evil woman.
What kind of woman?
The evil woman.
That don't mean all women are evil, and we're not teaching that. It says to keep you from the evil women. But there are evil women like there are evil men.
That's right.
All right? Come on, bro.
From the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
Remember that strange woman again? We just read about her in the chapter before this one. Strange woman. Why is she strange?
Like the Hebrew.
Come on, bro. No, it ain't because she ain't an Israelite. This has something to do with a sex crime.
Ruth was a Moabite.
Yeah, come on, let's get it.
Strange to the laws of God.
Come on, let's get it.
All right. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
Come on, we finna see who the strange woman is. Come on.
Lust not after her beauty in thine heart. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
Meaning you could be took by a woman's eyelids. You stir at her too long, she can sit, she bat them eyes at him, you be took. Get that little feeling in your gut, little butterflies.
Right.
You can get took like that.
They think they wearing them long ones, boy.
Them extendos.
That's the extended eyelids.
Stuff that don't smear.
Come on.
Way back.
Come on.
Like this though.
Come on, brother.
All right, so
Lust not after.
for by means of a whorish woman,
What kind of woman?
a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
Flat out. Adulteress will hunt for what?
For the precious life.
Adulteress because she got a husband, but she's boning somebody else, or laying with somebody else.
Misery love.
See that? By means of a whorish woman.
So we know what that strange woman is mean.
Yeah, it's an adulterous woman.
Separates what lets you know, clarify what he's talking about.
Yeah, he ain't talking about because she's of another nation.
Right.
No, because she's committing adultery.
That's right.
All right? Come on, brother.
Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned?
That's a question. Can somebody take a big lighter and light your shirt and your shirt don't be burnt? Question, right? Come on.
Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be
That's
burned?
another question. Can you walk over some barbecue coals?
Right.
I'm barefoot and your foot don't get burnt?
Right.
Come on.
29.
Yeah.
So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife,
She belongs to somebody else.
that's right,
Come on.
his neighbor's wife, whoso toucheth her, shall not be innocent.
Okay. Let's get to it.
Let me finish it out. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso committeth adultery with the woman lacketh understanding.
He lacketh what?
He lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away.
What happened to David?
Yep, come on.
For jealousy is the rage of a man.
What?
Is the rage of a man. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
That man catch you tripping up in there. Right. Especially if he ain't no brother spiritual with you. You mess around and get killed for that.
Right. Mess around.
Come on. No, it's been why? Because the brothers didn't escape that. Brothers didn't escape that.
I'm saying like
Everybody ain't died behind that. There's brothers that done got up out of it. I know a few.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I'm just saying like it's
There was no need. Come on.
He will not regard any
You
ransom,
won't be able to pay him off. Come on.
neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts.
Proverbs 30 and 20 while we in Proverbs.
Go to Proverbs 30 and 20. Then we go to Sirach after that.
And y'all, we want y'all to understand, we are not speaking this at no certain group or no individual. What we're talking about is if this only applies to a certain type of person. It applies to a man who is weak and been instructed that this belongs to somebody else and you still follow that way. That's a man that's void of the understanding, refused to understand the God because his eyes is focused on what he can get right now. Drop his dirt and move on and leave that for somebody else to handle. And a woman whose feet cannot abide in her house, she's not satisfied with her man. That's why her feet keep running outside. He's not meeting up to the standards. It needs to be a contract separation here called divorce. If that happens, to prevent death from happening. Because somebody don't make it out here in the day of vengeance, and some do. But it's a dangerous line to be playing with.
Ain't supposed to be doing.
And we'll see it. Like I say, this is a sex crime.
Yeah. Sirach 9, or Proverbs 30. Proverbs 30 and 20.
That's what we were saying. The same goes for women, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it does. Let's get this. Proverbs 30 and 20. You got it? It's on you.
It's on me. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 20. I'm looking, y'all.
Hey, Valley, when you said it goes for both of them, you said like a woman catching a man in adultery?
No. We talking about there's a commitment on both parts. It ain't just like you just, okay, well, I laid with her, she's my wife now, and then, you feel me? It has to be a commitment there or whatever. And if you're not obligated or taking care of your part of the contract, you feel me? There is a problem. What was that we read when a woman can leave the man? What was that scripture we had read? When if he wasn't taking care of his responsibilities or doing what he was supposed to be doing, she could burn out. She could burn out. You feel me? We'll find that for you, brother. No, that ain't what we're saying. There's accountability. Like if we gonna be together and all that, there's accountability on both parts.
That's right.
It has to be. It ain't if it's considered a marriage. Other than that, what are you doing? What are we doing? That's all it is.
One question on the adultery, because I get dudes constantly trying to say, well, I'm trying to say that a man can't commit adultery.
Yes, he can.
That goes from men and women.
Yeah, man, can commit adultery, but how does
another man's wife?
That's
adultery.
No. But they're trying to say, well, if I'm married and I go out and mess with another woman that ain't married,
right,
and I come back to be with my wife, then that's not adultery.
It's not.
It's not.
But it's only adultery if she's married. Understand this, adultery means married, but it's never, adultery is wife that breaketh wedlock.
Yeah.
How we commit spiritual fornication or adultery is we are the wife of Christ. He's married to us. If we go sleep with another guy, we are in adultery. Now we can fornicate, flirt, listen to a little Muslim thing, but when you come into contact, meaning you take up their practices, now I've become a Muslim. I'm married to Christ. I can't have two husbands. That's philandry, not polygamy.
Let's get the law of adultery real quick so we can clear it up. Leviticus 20. Then we come back to that. Matter of fact, Proverbs 30 is going to go into it.
Right. Let me read this Proverbs 30 and 20.
And then we go to the law on adultery so then you can understand what we're talking about. Let's go. Come on, bro.
Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and said, I have done no wickedness.
That's it for that.
And what we're talking about is eating, because this gets back into the garden. Eating means to take in, so what mouth is she eating with to commit adultery? A woman have 2 mouths. So there's one south of the belly button that she said, I've done no wickedness. And y'all have to understand the Bible speaks of things and it's clear on sex and what how it uses its terms. You know, and this is the things that go back.
An adulterous,
right. So she's taking in knowledge and then she's taking in the other knowledge.
Leviticus 20 and 10, and Leviticus 18. Let's go to 20 and 10 first. So we see what the law is. No need for us to put our own feelings on it or none of that. What saith the scripture?
What saith the Lord?
That's right.
Because man will tell you all the time, you know what I'm saying, or they fornicate, or they commit adultery, and that may not necessarily be the case, according to the Bible.
Absolutely.
That's what we're saying.
Perfect example.
Just like when they say sin.
Right.
Some people sin is drinking wine.
That's right.
Right? But then when we get into it, sin is what? Breaking of God's law. You see that? So we ain't going over what people or society say. We're going over what thus saith the scripture. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like we can't put our own opinion on what we feel about Christmas or Easter or whatever it may be.
That's right.
If we're going to accuse somebody or charge somebody with something in the scripture, say fornication, say idolatry, you have to go to the scriptures and show them where they in violation.
That's right.
The moment you start saying, well, it seems to me and I feel and I think, you out of line. Let's go to the Bible, and then whatever the scriptures say, that's what we got to apply to ourselves. That's all it's about.
Right. And understand that, like the word mistress, everybody thinks mistress is a side woman. According to the Webster Dictionary, it says that. But according to the Bible, mistress is the wife of the husband.
That's right. She's the
She's the
missus.
mistress. Sarah was
Hagar.
And Hagar was the side woman, was concubine.
And even in the dictionary, MRS means mistress.
Mistress,
Right.
absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Missus means mistress.
All right, y'all, let's get this law on adultery real quick.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10.
Read 10 through 13. We're going to hit more than just adultery.
Okay.
These are some more sex crimes of fornication.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife.
With another man's who?
Wife.
Come on.
Even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
So a man can be guilty of adultery, but that's if he's messing with another man's wife.
Right.
Not if she's single. That's not adultery. All right. Come on, brother.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
And the man that lies with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
You see the judgment on that. That don't mean you go kill somebody right now. Judgment been given to Christ. So if these people have not repented by the time Christ entered into judgment, there will be a problem for that.
That's right.
All right. Come on.
Didn't Reuben do that?
Yeah, he did do that. Yes, he did. And he had a sore in his loins for like 7 years. And he couldn't even look his father in the face after that.
That's right.
Couldn't even look his father in the face.
Lost his
And he
birthright.
didn't even touch her no more after that.
No, he did because he was remorseful.
Look on a woman.
Yeah. You got something? Hold on, then. Well, she from her hands first, and we got you. Go ahead.
So, okay, so to be adultery, the woman has to be another man's wife. So if it's a single woman and a man lay with her, it's not adultery?
No, it's not. No, it's not according to the
But
scripture.
it's adultery for the woman, but not for the man.
No, if both of them are single, it's not adultery, period. It's not adultery.
If the
We gonna read. We gonna read. We gonna read. This is the chapter on fornication right here. If we do not see what society is saying as fornication, how do we keep calling it?
Well,
You take fornication or adultery.
No, I'm talking about she going into the single, people being single, right? So if we go into the scriptures, the sex crimes, society will call that fornication today. If two single people lay down and they ain't bowed the knee before the priest and jumped the broom and got no paper, society will call it fornication. My question is, if we do not find it in the record as fornication, how do we repeat or open our mouths and say he's a fornicator? Or she's a, how do you do that? It's not in there. But let's read, it may be in there. So we're going to read through the whole chapter of the unlawful sexual acts. You see that? And once we read through there, and what you thought is in there could be in there or might not be in there.
Right.
But when you find out certain things ain't in there, how do you teach that this person is fornicating?
Right.
That's the question you ask.
What scripture is that?
Yeah, that's what it's about. You got something, sister?
No, I was going to say, so you saying it's all right for a single woman to mess with a married man?
Oh, no.
Don't rattle the cage. Hold on. Hold on. Say it again so everybody can hear you.
Or you saying it's all right for a single woman to mess with a married man?
If his wife say it's okay. Because she becomes his wife. His wife number two. It's called, hold on, understand this. It's called polygamy. Polygamy is legal in the Bible where it's permitted. You can't do that in Missouri. You can't do that. But in Utah, it's legal to have more than one wife. You can't get into that here because the Bible teaches that. Solomon had 700 wives.
And it was never seen.
Gideon had 70 sons. It was never considered a sex crime only if she was, now you got, that's way the time women gave their husband another woman.
And just listen to what you're saying. Is it okay for you to mess with a man's wife?
No.
Men choose women.
She didn't say that.
We supposed to choose.
She ain't say that. She asked, is it okay for a single woman to mess with a married woman?
But see, most of the
That's what I'm at. I might have said the words wrong. What I'm
Leah
saying
and Rachel gave their handmaid to Jacob.
Right.
He didn't ask for it.
It's got an order to it. That's what I'm expounding.
There's legal, what we call sex crimes in the Bible. If you're messing with a married man and his wife don't know about it,
You in trouble.
there's a problem.
Because men never had, it was no sneaking
There's
going
no
on.
secrets in the Bible. If you're sneaking around, that's well, if it's a single woman, it's not in the will of God. Because all throughout this Bible, you see men messing with harlots, and there's no charges or prostitutes, only if the prostitute or harlot was married.
Right.
See, that's a fine line, and it's not the will of God, because we read Luke 15, where the prodigal son went and spent all his money on dilly-dallying and all of it. And he was never charged with that. He was charged with wasting his money and his inheritance and putting his seed in the belly of a woman that his seed could never prosper. And that's what happened if we drop our seed in women in one-night stands. And you go on and you find out that your son later on in life, you meet your son at a family reunion. It ain't supposed to be that way. You find out this your child years later. That means you just been dilly-dallying.
Right.
You know,
No
only
commitment
thing
there.
happened, right?
No commitment. Girl.
No commitment. There's a one-night stand. That's why F-U-C-K is in capital letters for unlawful carnal knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge meaning sexual intercourse. It's unlawful knowledge. It's unlawful sexual intercourse when these things happen or certain things happen. That's why what you do when they get at the club, man, I went home for unlawful carnal knowledge. You need to know. But if you say, man, she went and sat on the arch steps, I know some of the people that her family know.
Right.
We both came from Mississippi, man. I think I done found my soulmate.
Yeah.
Did you get anything? Man, I wasn't thinking about that. This gonna be my wife and the mother of my children. Totally two different things.
Totally
See,
different.
also what he said about secret, we read that is what David, Nathaniel told David. He said, what you did in secret gonna be exposed in front of all Israel.
Right.
You ain't getting away with
Right.
Is there some the scripture to support this about the question she had about the married man being able to lay with a single woman if his wife gets pregnant?
Yes, it is. Deuteronomy 21, verse 10 to 15. And Genesis chapter 30.
Deuteronomy 21. what
Yeah,
is it?
verses 10 to 15. If a man have two wives, also Genesis chapter 30. The whole chapter goes to Jacob and all his wives.
Genesis 30.
The whole chapter, 30th chapter. How Jacob and all his sons was born to him through 4 different women.
Because he wanted Rachel at first.
Judges, in the book of Judges,
Deuteronomy 21,
Gideon
verses 10
had
to
70
15,
sons.
and Genesis 30th chapter.
In the book of Judges, Gideon had 70 sons.
Ooh, 7. That was one woman.
Ain't no way.
She done dropped 70 babies.
Or
Let's get back to this though, y'all. Let's get back. Let's stay on point. Leviticus chapter 20.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10 again.
Let's get it.
And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer man and the adulteress woman shall surely be put to death.
Right out. Come on.
And the man that lies with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. their blood shall be upon them.
Come on.
And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death.
So you see what's going on? He's going over all the crimes and how you're not supposed to be physically laying with these certain individuals. All the fornications, and this is the chapter for it. We're going to charge somebody with fornication. You got to find it up in here. Physical, that is. When you talk about spiritual, you got to show where they worshiping another God or something.
Flirting with them.
That's what that's about. Come on, bro.
They have wrought confusion. Their blood shall be upon
The
them.
Bible call that confusion. You done took your son's wife and laid with her. That's confusion.
Right.
Is it not? That's an unlawful sexual act. That's a sex crime. All right, come on,
So
bro.
it's confusion because it's, are you my brother or are you my dad?
Woo.
I'm confused.
Come on, brother.
We got a question.
Somebody else? Question? The who?
His brother's wife.
Yeah. Daddy on. Daddy on. Hey, believe it or not, any of y'all ever heard of Ben Ami Carter, the bus driver from Chicago, who claimed himself to be the Messiah?
Right now.
He's living over in Israel, the Mona Desert.
Right now.
They are over there wife swapping right now.
Right now.
They wife sweep. He taking men's wives. You can't lay with your wife no more. You've been excommunicated out of the camp. I'm gonna take her to me. And that's for me.
And he facing charges of impregnating his own daughter.
And that was Sodom and Gomorrah's crime too. Yeah. It wasn't just homosexuality. They was wife swap.
Wife swap, which is wicked.
Swing.
Come on, brother.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
If a man also lie with mankind as he lies with a woman.
See, this is another fornication. Being a homosexual.
Gary with the teeth.
That's fornication. Come on, brother.
Both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
Come on.
And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness.
That's wicked. Somebody come holler at you and say, you know, I like the way your mama look too.
That's right.
That's wicked. Right? That's an unlawful sexual act. See that? So the Lord got parameters and boundaries on what you can do.
And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire, both he and they.
Hey, you see the judgment under that word of Adam? No mercy. You did what? Who? Put him to death. That's why.
You said they're gonna be forgetting.
That's why I say mercy. We up under this order now where it's mercy.
That's right.
So no, we don't condone these acts, but we warn people. That's right. If you're doing that, you need to repent of that.
Right.
Because you cannot see the Lord like that. The Lord is not accepting you because you.
But that's Old Testament law, man.
Nah, we've been in the New Testament.
That's what we're talking about in Corinthians.
Yeah, we started with 1 Corinthians 5, where Paul said about men taking their father's wives.
Absolutely.
Now we just read it in the law, so the new and old are relevant.
That's right.
They're second witnesses to each other. That's all it is.
Yeah, basically almost don't count, man. Y'all can have the faith, but you ain't gonna, if you don't put in no work, it's dead.
Yeah.
They preached all that stuff. You got that right. Yeah, we all from the grace. That is a true statement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is a true statement. You do gotta have faith, like Hebrews 11, like all them brothers and sisters in there. That is a true statement. Where your works at, man?
Yeah.
Just ask him if
Faith without works is dead.
Just ask him if Christ will give him dead faith.
Yeah.
Just ask him that.
Christ came to give you dead faith.
If Christ come to give you dead faith and see how quick they face will change.
And grace do run out. Ask the people outside the boat of Noah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, grace do.
Grace do run out.
That there be no wickedness among you. And let me say this about adultery, caught in it. See, the law is if you catch a woman in adultery, both of them put to death. When they brought the woman to Christ and he's introducing Melchizedek and brings him to the world, first thing he asked, let him without sin cast the first stone. So the deal was the person that was without sin, that had no transgression on him, whatever it may be, not involved in that crime, if he was cleared, he got to throw the first stone because he's clear of anything anybody can charge him with. He's legally bound to throw the first stone. So, but they brought the woman and didn't have the man. If you caught her in the very act,
What a man. In the crowd.
in the crowd, happened with Judah and Tamar. As soon as they brought him, they said, Tamar has played the harlot. And he said, stone him. And he said, who was the man that was with? He's like, well, here is stuff here. This is staff. This is, he's like, that's my stuff. So
She been more righteous than
he
I.
said, she's been more righteous than me. Because I was supposed to go back and get my stuff and pay the money that I owed.
And give her to my son.
And give her my son. So he's like, I forced her into adultery. You can force a woman into adultery. That's why we're saying the Lord is looking at every angle of the intents of your heart. How you know some men set up women? Yeah, dog, this is what I want you to do. Come up to her, buy a drink, and see if she gonna trip.
That's what it knows.
See, you can set that up. The Lord is understands that men are wicked like that. I want to see if she really true to me. Well, he may whisper some things that you don't know that he's going to whisper to her. By the way, this one we was with last weekend, she like that black mother. Hey, where we need to go? Well, the light left on there. Let's go there now. See, it works both ways like it worked for David. Both ways, the Lord ain't slack in how he will pay. So we have to understand that, and it goes into different things about keeping stuff at people's house. Now, the Lord say you responsible for somebody's stuff. Somebody broke in the house, then they broke in and stole all your stuff. They didn't get your jewelry. No, they didn't get mine. The Lord said, no, we ain't gonna play games like that with you. Because you set up the rock.
Exactly.
His stuff. Let's get it. Where we at?
Leviticus 20, verse 15.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and he shall slay the beast.
So with this modern phenomenon of bestiality is going on. Y'all ain't seen them two women on YouTube talking about how they lost their virginity to dogs?
Right.
Y'all ain't seen
They
that?
doing one now where a big old dog looks like it lay down on the woman. It's some
That's a commercial.
commercial
Yeah, that was
that
weird.
looks wicked. She
was-
kissing
yeah,
the
she
dog
was
and mouth, and
military
then he lay
uniform.
down on top of
dog laying
a
right
big
on top
old
of
Great Dane.
I was like, what? Yeah.
It's a video on YouTube where two women are talking about how they lost their virginity to a dog, and they talking about it while they making salad.
In the kitchen.
So what did you? I never knew you two. So what did I have for you?
Cucumbers, breaking letters and all that. They laying with animals. See that? Bestiality. That's a fornication. That's a sex crime. That's why we having sex with animals.
That's right.
But there are people, there's a culture out here that does that.
Y'all know all
There was a farm in Ohio that they just shut down, a bestiality farm. You can walk stall to stall and pick out what you want. And it's legal.
So just because you don't see it in front of you don't mean it's not going on.
Germany just shut down. There's Google Germany shuts down bestiality farm
You can see the faces of difference.
because of the disease.
You can type in also this bestiality 2012 and see what's going on. People, it's the end thing now. People are laying with animals, dogs, horses, all that. But it's a sex crime according to our God. Hey, what about that lamb that was born?
That's right.
Jay Leno.
With Jay Leno cheating.
He had the face.
Lamb with man face in turkey. Lamb with man's face in turkey. They usually die out or be stirred, but it happens over and over and over again. My uncle told me about it happening in Mississippi. Man kept
My people
moving to
did
the
that,
barn
Mississippi, yes.
with a stool. Every time he walked with that stool in the barn, they knew what he was up to till it was born. And then the people from Mississippi State come looking for it. It's an automatic 25 years in the penitentiary, but they buried it and pushed him on out to Memphis somewhere. But my uncle said the horse had his face.
Hey, is your uncle named Jeff?
No, Uncle Gene. General Tate Jr.
Oh, okay. I know somebody too from down that way. Who's a lay with horses.
That's right. A man is in the Daily Mail this week looking there now. There's raping of miniature horses. You can look at the Daily Mail right now. It's in yesterday's Daily Mail that they got him on camera. He's going through there raping miniature horses. Right now. Yesterday's paper.
Remember the lady?
But y'all understand this. Understand.
Y'all listen up.
Laying with a man's wife is just as wicked
No doubt. No doubt.
as that beast.
No doubt. We see the judgment on all of it, ain't it? It's death. All right, come on, brother.
Verse 15.
Come on.
And we see how long this was ago when it was written down, and it's today as we speaking of.
Yeah. Showing you that the Bible is real and these spirits are still out there. The spirits are still out there in the earth. All right, come on, brother.
And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and he shall slay the beast. And if a woman approach unto any beast and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. The blood shall be upon them.
They got that video out there. A woman was laying with a horse, and the horse slipped and fell down into her. Killed her. Killed her. She died right while she was laying on her back. Come on, brother.
And if a man shall take his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and see her nakedness, and she see his nakedness, it is a wicked thing, and they shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He hath uncovered his sister's nakedness, he shall bear his iniquity.
Can't lay with your sister either, regardless if that's the daughter of your father or mother. It's still your sister.
And this happened with David, with his daughter, Tamar, and the son, he had a daughter by Absalom, two different wives, and the son of this one mother got with the daughter of the other, but he raped her. He lured her in, and then when he got through with it, he was like, get this skank out of here. Took her virginity and just told her to get it, and he was put to death by Absalom.
Hey, he waited on that kill too.
Right.
He waited.
Well, actually,
Verse 18. Verse 18. Absolutely. And if a man shall lie with a woman having her sickness,
Her what?
her sickness, and shall uncover her nakedness, he hath discovered her fountain. And she had uncovered the fountain of her blood. And both of them shall be cut off from among the people.
So no laying with your significant other during that time of the month.
Don't justify it. Ezekiel 18 and say the same thing.
Leviticus 15 also. Tell you what you're supposed to do after you've been intimate with your significant other. There's a cleansing laws. You gotta wash yourself and all that.
That's right.
And you unclean until the evening, but you're not supposed to be having that type of relationship with your significant other during that time of the month. She's bleeding. Think about it. Blood.
And understand that this is Most High getting you off of lasciviousness.
Yeah.
It gives you a time to wait and get your mind straight. Clear your mind out. You ain't got to have it every day.
Yeah. And then y'all stayed away from each other for about a week, 2 weeks, and then when y'all hook back up,
Y'all glad.
be beautiful. See that? That's how he got it set up, so you wouldn't be getting all tired of it. Come on, brother.
And thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, nor of thy father's sister, for he had uncovered his near kin. They shall bear their iniquity.
So your father's sister or your mother's sister is what today? Your aunts. You can't go lay with your aunts. That's a sex crime.
That's right.
See that? So we going through the detailed list on what you can and can't do. Right? A lot of stuff you already stay away from. What we have a problem with as Israel is laying with other men's women.
That's right.
We have a big problem with that. If we don't get that together, there will be a problem.
That's right.
All right, come on, bro.
And if a man shall lie with his uncle's wife, he hath uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They shall bear their sin. They shall die childless.
Come on, bro.
And if a man shall take his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He hath uncovered his brother's nakedness.
Right.
They shall be childless.
Let's get it.
Ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments and do them, that the land whither I bring you to dwell therein. That the land I bring you to dwell therein, spew you not out.
Because you be put off the land if you are acting like this. See, the Most High gave us land, promised Abraham a kingdom and all that upon conditions. You can't act how you want to act in the kingdom of the Most High. That's the point. There's rules to it that you must abide by. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Judah had a son named Onan, right?
Right.
Didn't he go into his brother's wife upon the death of his brother?
Upon the death of his brother. That's the law in Israel.
Where's it on that?
But that was a law where he said, right, that's so it's if a man,
Y'all talk one at a time. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 22.
Yeah.
If a man's,
You hear that?
if a man's brother dies and he have no children, he is to take her wife. He's first choice, so that his brother's name don't leave Israel. He's only gonna be a servant. He's not this baby ain't gonna be his. He needs to get it straight. It's gonna be named after his brother. So we have to understand that. Now what happened was, Onan knew that, he got the goodies. But then he still, he didn't want us to own up to that part. So he still fell into adultery at that point because he's not keeping what he's supposed to do. He had fun with that part, but he didn't want to do that part.
So the Most High slayed him,
struck him,
killed
not for spilling it on the ground, but for pure disobedience and taking his brother's wife and doing that to her when she could have been another man's wife
So
and he did her right.
So, Contrary, you get it? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the law was that if your brother had a wife, right, and then your brother died and she didn't have any children by him, the man that was near of kin was supposed to go into that same woman and have a child with that woman, and that child would be his dead brother's son. That way his name wouldn't be put out of Israel. A good example of that is read the book of Ruth. That's right. That's what happened with Ruth, the Moabitess. You know what I'm saying? Like she laid at the foot of the bed of her husband's near kinsman. That's what happened, because her husband died and they didn't have children. And that was the law on that. So for you to take your brother's wife while he's still alive, that's the sin.
That's what happened.
That's the same thing with John the Baptist.
John the Baptist.
He told him, you done took your father, you done took your brother's wife.
Yet while
And threw him in jail for that. So that's the thing. The only time when it was allowed is if the brother died and didn't have any children by this woman. And so his name wouldn't die in Israel, his next of kin will go in unto her, and that child that would be born would be his child technically.
And that's Deuteronomy 25:5. I'm sorry, Deuteronomy 25:5.
All right, can we finish this? We almost done? Let's get it. One more question?
Dealing with that, because we know it's wrong, but going back to, we know that for a man to his sister is wrong. But when you go back to Abraham and to Sarai, they were brother and sister.
That was his niece.
No, that was his niece.
That was his niece.
Right.
That was his brother's
At that point, Israel was being repopulated with those two, so that's why he had to get up from the kindred, because they had to be a perfect generation. They had to be perfect, free from a strange woman. This was his blood. He had to get her, but it couldn't be his blood sister like that, because that's still violated.
I got it.
You got it?
Yes.
What's up? Amen. Let's get it. Let's finish this up.
Where we at? We still in this?
Yeah, we almost done.
Okay.
The biggest 20
verse,
verse 20,
23.
Verse 23, yeah.
And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you.
See, the Lord saying, look, I'm giving you this land, but y'all have to conduct yourselves godly. Can't be acting like these other nations. Come on, bro.
For they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them.
So now you know what was going on in the land of Canaan. Everything that we read before these verses right here, all that was going on. The nations that I'm kicking out this land right here, they observe these things. You don't do that. Ye are a holy people. All right, come on, bro.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God,
come on,
which have separated you from other people.
Separated you from other people. See that? Come on, bro.
Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean, and between unclean fowls and clean. And ye shall not make your souls abominable by beast, or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean.
Come on.
And ye shall be holy unto me, for I the Lord am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine.
That's a beautiful privilege to have. See that? But we are not to abuse that. All right, come on, brother.
A man also or a woman that hath a familiar spirit.
Like Miss Rudolph the palm reader. Come on.
Or that is a wizard.
Come on.
Shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them.
Okay, so look, what we got?
And let me say this to him out before you go. If we see unclean and clean, Noah had this law way before Moses.
I was just going to say.
Because he brought on the ark 7 of the clean spirits and 2 of the unclean. But society teaches, and he brought them on 2 by 2, 2 by 2. That ain't what the scriptures say. The scriptures say 7 pairs of the clean and 2 pairs of the unclean. So it was two sets of pigs, male and female, 7 sets of sheep, male and female, 7 sets of goats, you know, like that. But 2 and 2 ain't never been found in here. Not in here.
What scripture is that? Right. Chapter and
That's why they would send the dove off, and they would send the
raven.
The raven, they would send one, because if he would send one of them off, it would just be one left.
Right. And also, but don't get this misunderstood that the pig is not valuable in the Lord's eye, neither the shrimp. The pig does what it does, it cleans filth. Just like shrimp and lobster clean the bottom of the ocean, so your tilapia is good. Just like you put your algae, you put baby catfish in your fish tank to get all the algae and eat the doodle out the rocks so you want to clean it no more. Yeah. So your pretty fish look good when your neighbors come by, oh, these so nice. And you look at the algae eater, you just look at him, oh, that's a doodle eater. That's the good part of them created for that reason. To keep the oceans clean. But you're not to eat doo-doo. No chitterlings.
Right. Can I get a verse right quick just to match up with that or whatnot? It'll be in Daniel chapter 9, verse 11. The reason why we have this conversation right here and not in our land. And that was in Leviticus chapter 20. This is in Daniel chapter 9 and verse 11. It say, yeah. It say, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we sinned against him. And he have confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judge us, bring upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven.
Under what?
Under the whole heaven.
Look all over the earth. Come on.
Have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
See that? What has happened to your people and your city has not been done under the whole heaven. So why are they trying to minimize your slavery, captivity, and Holocaust? Right. Whenever you bring it up as a problem, oh no, forget about it. Jewish people remember their Holocaust every day. That's right. We just read where under the whole heaven ain't nothing that happened like that happened to the people of Jerusalem. There ain't nothing happened like this, so they cannot pump up the imposter Holocaust and not talk about the so-called black Holocaust, which was a 99 million souls dead to arrive. That just coming here, right? Come on, bro.
And y'all understand this, y'all. So we just want to understand, y'all, we're not a cursed people. We're just under a curse. Yeah. You're not cursed. You're not like what they tell you. Y'all just a cursed people. Y'all to just kill yourself now. No, we're not that. We're just under a curse for disobedience. We can break the curse anytime we get ready. All we have to do is just stop being disobedient. Right. Same way you let your child out of the room. Okay, you through doing that, you come on out. It's the same logic.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us. Yet made we not our prayers before the Lord our God, that we might turn from our iniquity and understand thy truth.
See that? So even though what didn't happen, trip off what just happened, the Mayan calendar. World for the end, right? Nobody was talking about repent. Nobody. Everybody was like, man, we about to kick it. So even if you knew the day and the hour in which the world was going to end, majority of the world was like, man, look later for all that. We kick it. Right. We finna snort us a lion, kick it, get drunk. Right. You see that? What Mrs. Jones said. What Mrs. Jones said. End of the world. See that? Hey, look, so let's get this. Was you done with that, brother?
We got y'all. One verse. Verse 14. Therefore hath the Lord watched upon the evil and brought it upon us. For the Lord Yahweh, our God, is righteous in all his works, which he doeth, for we obey not his voice. That's it, bro.
All right, bro. But hey, that's what it is. That's what it is. We go into Psalms 96 next. We touch physical whoredom. what you ought not be doing. Matter of fact, before we go to Psalm, sorry. I'm not sorry. Right. Let's go to Sirach 9 first, then we're going to go to Psalm. Sirach and the Apostle. One more about the boy. Physical. Then we're going to get to the spiritual. A couple scriptures on the spiritual order. We're going to get out of it. If anybody calls anything fornication, find it in the scripture. That's right. Paul called a man laying with another man, his father's wife, fornication, and we went back into the law and found it that it's fornication. You're not to uncover your father's nakedness, which is your father's wife, mother or stepmother. See that? So if we're going to say, okay, well, they fornicate because they single without some paper, and somebody call you on that, brother, chapter and verse at least 2 times to show me that. Right. You're going to be doing this. That's right. Scratching. Or you're going to be twiddling your thumb and going to say, I think and I see. Once we start hearing that, you and your feelings. You ain't got no answer. You and your feelings. Bible don't say that. What scripture is that? Now what scripture is that? Chapter and verse, please.
And what we're going to do, y'all, so that y'all understand that we're going to show y'all places where that happened. But it's not the will of God. Understand this, y'all. We're not condoning bad behavior.
Yeah, or to go sleep with some strippers. No,
it's
ain't nobody saying
the will of God. But just like the woman we read in Proverbs 7, she was paying this man for him to lie with her. She say, I'm giving you, I'll pay you. He wasn't even paying. So the script say a married woman that gives it away is worse than a harlot. Because sometimes a harlot and a harlot, Christ dealt with harlots all the time, because a lot of times their husband divorced them and they didn't have no paper, so now they out on their own. They're trying to pay their bill. They may say, look, tonight will be yours, but that light bill on the dresser, that's yours too. Now, it sounds bad.
It'll bring you to a piece of bread.
But you gonna get tired of paying that bill somewhere else when you can give her and y'all pay the bill in the same house.
Yeah, commit.
It's gonna bring you to a piece of bread.
What are you doing? Let's get this.
Sirach chapter 9.
What's Sirach in the Bible?
It's better known as Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, y'all. Y'all know we read out of the Apocrypha. Gonna get another 20 of them ordered. So hope to have them here by next Saturday. We'll get another 20 of them ordered. And y'all, these are books that we order. They usually cost us about 11, 12 bucks. But we just give them to the camp for half price. And then we recoup just a little bit of that money back. But we do purchase these type of books, and these are really pretty much what we do. We buy scriptural books to ensure that everybody's on the same page. So whoever don't have a apocrypha, if you kind of read with your neighbor right now, and then we'll get another 20 on order, and we should have here next week if they in stock.
What chapter?
Chapter 9.
Yeah. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 9, verse 1.
Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 9, verse 1
to 9.
Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself.
Come on.
Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance.
You messing with no gold diggers. See that? Come on, brother.
Meet not with an heart.
Read it again.
Meet not with an heart.
One more time.
Meet not with an heart.
Don't be meeting with harlots. Come on, brother.
Lest thou fall into her snare. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
Watch out for them singers, boy. You be seduced. They drinking some wine, boy. She get the harming some melodies.
You be took. This is like you took with Jay-Z's wife.
Yeah.
You got a poster. If it's a favorite somewhere in your book, you keep looking at it. That's Jay-Z's wife.
That's adultery.
No matter how wicked you may think he is, but that nigga into this. Don't matter. That's Jay-Z's wife.
That's a married woman. That's what that is. Later for Beyonce. Right. She's another man's wife. All right, come on, bro.
Lest thou be taken with her attempts. Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her.
Don't be so starstruck, jaw on the ground. Hold your composure. Hold your composure, fellas. And I ain't just a little discipline. Today's society is like, as soon as I see a woman that fire jump in my bones, I'm gonna hit that I'm gonna go get her. But what's on your mind? It ain't what brothers was saying. Hey man, we sat down under the arch and, gazed out to the stars and I think, I'm thinking that. You like, that's a piece of meat. Outwardly, she look good. I'm going to get that. She's gonna have to tell me no.
Right. 10 cents.
Be on brother's mind.
10 cents.
She gonna have to tell me no. I'll take the rejection, but at least I'm about to try. Watch out. Watch out. Hold your composure. None of these men will what you call keep sweating.
No.
You know, begging and chasing and that wasn't what this man was doing.
Give not thy soul unto heart.
Read it again.
Give not thy soul unto heart.
So we don't teach that it's okay for you to go lay with you a harlot. The Bible just told you don't give your soul over the heart. It will break you. It tell you a harlot will bring a man to a piece of bread. Huh? Keep lying, going out of town, going across the waters, and go to the little rub joint next to the bottoms up. And you finna leave about her broke.
Or remember Harlem Nights.
Yeah.
Baby, I ain't coming home.
Come on, bro, let's finish it.
That thou lose not thine inheritance.
That's what happened to the prodigal son. Y'all read Luke 15.
That's right.
About the prodigal son, he took his father's inheritance and went and kicked it. Spent it all on harlots, drinking, everything. Went and kicked it. And guess what? Had to sell himself into slavery, basically.
That's right.
And when he realized he was living in a pigsty, he said, the servants in my father's house are better than this.
Right.
Now I got servants that eat better than this. I'm tripping. What happened? He lost his inheritance.
That's right.
He spent all his inheritance on buffoonery.
That's right.
Pleasure for the flesh. Come on, brother.
Look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in solitary places thereof.
Come on.
Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman.
Why is he saying that? See that? Why is he saying that? You ain't not saying you're not going to be attracted to women. You as a man are going to be attracted to women. You gazing. You like, man, I would drink her bath water. She got that. What? At that point, I know, exactly. At that point, like whatever she say, go. She in control at that point.
That's right.
You will drink her bath water. Men do that. Men do that. Come on, bro.
And look not upon another's beauty.
Come on.
For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman.
Many been deceived by the beauty of a woman. Brother was saying earlier, we ain't supposed to be desiring them for meat and pleasure. Yes, it feels good and all that, you know, but there's rules to all this, man. Rules to it. All right, we in a porno generation.
That's right.
That's what that is. And realize this, porno comes from the Greek word pornos. And you know what that means? Whoremonger. Wow. That's where they get the word whoremonger from. The Greek word pornos. Got a porno in, dog? Stop all that. And realize what's going on up in there. All pleasure, no commitment.
Right. You heard Magic Johnson talk about his, he said he used to have a thing where he called, I'm going with a rainbow tonight. That was a woman from every nation or every different color. For herewith love is kindled as a fire.
Come on.
Sit not at all with another man's wife.
So, you know, sister, I know he ain't treating you well, and, you know, won't you come on up here and have a little drink with me? You know, like, I mean, I know y'all want to do y'all thing right now, but come on. Bible say don't sit at all with another man's wife.
Right.
What are you doing? We read in Proverbs 6, can a man take fire into his bosom and not be burned?
No.
Can you walk over hot coals and the bottom of your foot won't be burned?
No.
What are you really doing?
The only time that happened was Tyrone Biggins, and that was a comedy.
Man told me he was going to make $60,000 away. Right. Come on, bro.
Nor sit down with her in thine own.
Ain't no, sister, you know. I know he tripping later for that, you know. No, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Because guess what? You right on the boundary of adultery. You probably already did it because Christ said if you're looking at her like that and she's somebody else, you done already did it.
And know she weak at that point.
Yeah. No, she weak later for him and you just trying to say all the right things and sweet naughty nothings.
Right.
In her ear so you can get the prize.
Right.
Come on, brother.
And spend not thy money with her at the wine.
No, I ain't no me come on up here and let me buy you a drink. There was another man and woman. Yeah. I ain't even trying to holler like y'all work that out. I'm cool. Come on, bro.
Let thine heart incline unto her. And so through thy desire, thou fall into destruction.
Why? Because that's adultery.
That's right.
See that? Ain't nothing good behind it. You and Mrs. Jones, whether in this generation or our parents' generation, should never have a thing going on.
That's right.
First thing a man will ask when you got a man. For how good she look. You got a man, even if she, well, you know, I got me a friend, you got a man. That's cool. I'm cool. We ain't trying to get down because guess what? Me and you fall into destruction. If she don't got a man, it's either yay or nay. You got a man, you got a husband. No? Oh, okay. So it come right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? But then when she get to play, oh, well. And then you know what it is, so you like, well, she told me that, you know, bro. No, it's either yay or nay. Either you committed or you not. Right. That's what it comes down to, because me and you don't want to fall into destruction, brothers or sisters.
And we saw right there where it says the harlot you lose your inheritance, a man that's with another wife into destruction.
Yeah.
So you still see how it keeps putting the two together. Yeah. And also, and I'm saying quick now, in Kings, when two harlots came to Solomon about a baby dying, both of them had babies on the same night. Solomon never said nothing about where the daddy's at of these children. He did righteous judgment. He said, which one of y'all, he didn't say what his baby's daddy's at. They were called harlots, so they were in the kingdom area, and they had children that they were dragging along with no husband. So he dealt with that. The one, she said, no, that was my baby. Her baby died. He said, well, I tell you what, I'm going to split the baby in half and get both of y'all half the baby. The mother said, give her the baby. He said, oh, that's the mama right there. That's the mama. So we see countless times that women without husbands and sexual intercourse was involved. It will destroy your life in the long run and strip you of all your money and well-being. Right. But we cannot label it a sex crime. And I don't know who else can teach it because we just asking. If we're asking this, God gonna ask the same thing. When you go to court, they say you in violation of ordinance such and such, such and such. Right. They don't give you the violation of another ordinance. If you know on clicking a ticket, right, they're not gonna have you're in violation of ordinance 667 murder. Right. At the first degree. Wait a minute, I ain't killed nobody. I just didn't have my seatbelt on. So Christ is not gonna do the same thing either. So we need to get it straight. If it ain't in here, we don't teach it. Regardless of what your feelings might say. That's the thing. Psalms 96, y'all. Let's get into the spiritual. A couple scriptures on spiritual order. Y'all, we ain't got long, y'all. Just a few more minutes. And then again, y'all, if anybody ever try to label you with that fornication tag, take Leviticus chapter 18 and chapter 20.